Chaos.radio. Music, podcasts, entertainment.
Hello and welcome to the latest edition of NEWSWAVE, written, produced and recorded in the heart of Cornwall by the team here at Chaos Radio. I'm your host, Madison James, and I'll be guiding you through some of the insightful guests and exciting news content that we have enjoyed across Chaos Radio this past week. But on today's show, we are doing something a little bit different for you. We are spicing things up. So as I'm sure you are aware, Boardmasters is right around the corner. And so today, we're going to take you into the heart of Cornwall's biggest music festival with a recap of Boardmasters 2025. We want to channel all those festival vibes and get you ready for next weekend. So we're looking back to the place where epic live music meets world-class surf and skate competitions and getting you in the mood for all the excitement soon to come on Watergate Bay and Fistral Beach. As we revisit last year's Boardmasters, we'll look back at a range of interviews and highlights from the festival. We'll hear Tom catching up with the community organisations at Cribbar Village with an insightful chat from Harbour Housing. Bryna met her rival in an interview with Tasha, who is potentially Cornwall's biggest Swiftie. And we caught up with Leslie from Cornwall's Rock Choir. Matthew Larey, co-founder of United Cornwall FC, talks about bringing community football to Boardmasters, before Leave Only Footprints covered the importance of taking your tent home at the end of the weekend. Moving on to music, we spoke with DJ Rye Golds from Portreath about what it's like to be a DJ in Cornwall and how you can support local talent. Former Cornwall Comedian of the Year Ben Treloar gave his insights on the Cornish comedy scene. And finally, Abigail spoke to us about all things Cornwall Pride at Boardmasters. So sit back, relax, and let us get you in the festival mood.
NEWSWAVE. It is day 2 of Boardmasters 2025, and today here on Chaos, we're celebrating and chatting to some of the community organisations that are here at Cribbar Village in the beautiful sunshine. You may notice by the people in orange beside me now that we are joined by not the tango group. We haven't been tangoed, nothing like that. We are here with Harbour Housing, wonderful Harbour Housing, friends of Chaos Radio. Who've I got here with me?
Hello everyone, I am Rachel. I am a member of staff at Harbour Housing.
And yourself?
Hello, I'm Lowena. I'm a resident and a harbour ambassador.
Oh, amazing. That sounds exciting.
So fancy, doesn't it?
It sounds amazing. Right, tell me, what are you up to here at Boardmasters?
So we are here to talk about homelessness as Boardmasters in Newquay, and we've got properties in Newquay and all around Cornwall. So we felt that our presence here at Boardmasters was really important. So we are here to talk about the number of homeless people who are currently on the streets and also in temporary accommodation, including the 744 children that were in temporary accommodation on any given night back in 2024. So we're here to raise those issues and just talk to members of the public really about homelessness, and because lots of people don't realise that you say homeless and someone automatically thinks someone on the streets, but that's not always the case, and there are a high number of hidden homelessness across Cornwall. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Mrs. Cheerful.
But that's what it's all about. People have got to start these difficult conversations, haven't they, to try and make a difference, because if everyone ignores it, it's just going to become a worse issue, and there's so many different pathways to homelessness as well, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, people, they say you're only one paycheck away from being homeless, and it's absolutely true. If you, say for instance, rented a house in Cornwall, that would cost you probably about £1,200 a month. You lived with someone and you shared that. You're on national minimum wage. The person you live with dies. This is a hypothetical.
But it does happen.
You know, on minimum wage, how can someone sustain £1,200 a month without even looking to pay their council tax, their water, their electric? It's just not not doable. And because of the housing crisis in Cornwall, that means that, those people in those houses that can no longer afford that don't have the option to downsize into a flat because they're just not available, and they're really high in price as well. So it's basically a circle of doom, really, with the current situation and the housing in Cornwall.
But that's where Harbour Housing come in, and we absolutely love seeing you at events. We came over to your base as well recently to meet you guys and see some of the great work you're doing, because you're taking difficult circumstances and shining your own kind of unique light on things to help people through some of the most difficult circumstances in their whole lives.
Absolutely. So we're the conversation starter team. So we do go around in bright orange inflatable suits. We've got morph suits at this festival, and we do really, really silly things. And the reason why we do that is because someone will then come up to you and say, "Oh, what are you doing?" And it opens up a conversation. It's a conversation starter. So that's kind of what we do. And it also sheds a bit of light on such a topic that, isn't light. So that's what it's all about. We deal with quite serious stuff, but as a whole, we're a very fun, you've got to add fun and light and laughter to be able to go through, to help people, because usually those people are feeling quite sad. So, yeah.
Amazing. Look, I'm going to come over to Lowena now, if you don't mind, just to have a chat about, first of all, what does a Harbour Housing ambassador mean?
Well, it means I basically get to come to stuff like this. I have a lot of ideas and I shout about gender justice a lot. So I noticed that the women in the domestic violence project, they were interested, but they didn't know super lots about gender justice and sort of how unfair things are even to them. And I like things like, I noticed that we don't have tampons kind of regularly for free, so we've sorted that now. We found a way to make sure that the women can get them, because they're charged as a luxury, it's too expensive, and so I do kind of stuff like that, sort of between residents and staff, I guess.
So it just shows there's so many considerations, so many different things to think about. Some things that people may take for granted, some others that might not have even thought about these things. There's so many little considerations and things that go on in everyday people's lives.
That's it. And then we can kind of, because there's all different perspectives there, we've all got our own points to bring up, and we've all got something that we can kind of add and help with, which is great. And that's what I'm trying to encourage the other girls at the project to do, is you've got a unique perspective and people need to hear it, So I try and do that as well. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Absolutely. And from your perspective as well, you found this really welcoming community here at Harbour. Would you mind detailing a bit of your experience with them? Because you're here today representing them, which is a brilliant thing to be able to do.
Yeah, I was very lucky. So I moved in October last year. I moved into the, obviously, domestic violence project, and the second I got off the train, Harbour was there for me. Even before that, I was still up in London, and the women's team lead, Nikki, she was messaging me, making sure I was all right. My support worker came and picked me up from the station. They've been there. I had really bad agoraphobia. I didn't go outside, and
now,
yeah, and that is, partly therapy, but also Harbour have been so supportive in helping me take those baby steps, and they add up into something that you kind of turn and look back and you're like, this is massive, and it's just wonderful. It's an absolutely amazing organisation.
It's amazing to hear that. Thank you for sharing, and to see the smile on your face as well. Is this, Rachel, a story that is sort of repeated, and this is kind of a success? Does this sort of show that all the work that you're doing is worth it? Obviously, as well, with the caveat that there is still obviously a huge amount of work to be done.
Absolutely. I think one of my proudest achievements is I've got 4 people who work for us, who I supported when I was a support worker, who were in active addiction, homeless, and they've gone through the recovery process and come out the other way, and I find that so rewarding. We can't help everyone, let's be honest. Not everyone is gonna be be able to take that help and be able to move with it. But the small number that we can help or do accept, we'll always help people, but the small number of people who, take it on board, they're worth getting up for in the morning, because you think, well, everyone's worth getting up for in the morning, but it makes you feel really proud, and it does happen, and there is a future for people, like this what's going on right now for people isn't going to be necessarily forever. There is hope, and I think that's something to hold on to, and it's fantastic that we've got, role models like Lowena who can show people that there is a life after abuse and there is a life after homelessness, and people can achieve things that they didn't feel possible. And I think it's so important. And with Lowena being here, I've said to Lowena over the weekend, Lowena, I'm not exploiting you. This isn't, I'm not pushing you. Like, we go at your pace and do the things you want to do. That's not what we're about. But by sharing someone's story, other people can look upon that and they do have hope. And it's a privilege to have Lowena with us. It's I think she described herself the other day as just a resident, and we chopped that one up, because that is not, you're not just anything, you're a lovely, human being, and that's what's really important. So there we go.
Amazing. Right, before we talk about Boardmasters and what you're looking forward to and what you're eating and all of this lovely stuff, tell me where people can find out more information about Harbour. And I've asked you this on multiple different interviews, and you always just reel it off just like that. So no pressure, Rachel.
No pressure at all. So we're on Facebook, TikTok Harbour Housing, Instagram Harbour Housing. We've got a website, which is harbourhousing.com. And yeah, you won't miss us on any of them, because most of the time we're in giant inflatable orange suits. So you're not going to miss us. But if you did want to speak to someone at any time or get advice about how to refer into our service, or if you're another community organisation that want to link up and do some bits, you can, send us an email to info@harbourhousing.com. And we are currently still looking for an influencer. So if you fancy coming and doing this and joining the fun team, we are looking for an influencer. No experience, no problem. Get in touch. So there we go.
I can just imagine the board meeting or whatever it might be when someone brought up those inflatable suits. I can just see all your faces sort of lighting up around actually, what a great idea. Now look at yourselves. Right, let's talk about Boardmasters, because we are here. What have you enjoyed so far? What are you looking forward to?
So I really enjoyed the Year 6 Leavers Disco yesterday, which played some absolute classics. And I know that's not, why we're here, but it was, it was great. They done drinks and smoothies and things in pineapple cups, which was really good. And yeah, that was fun. And I also really liked Kaiser Chiefs. I haven't enjoyed paying £5 for a shower.
The festival experience.
That was quite something. But yeah, that and I'm most looking forward to, I think, a bit of Nelly Furtado. And yeah, Rizzle Cooks. Let's get down with the trumpets.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go. I love that. It was almost like they were here next to me then for a second. Lowena, yourself, you had much time to get out and enjoy the festival atmosphere so far?
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same as Rach. To be fair, Kaiser Chiefs were excellent, climbing up that whatever it was, and then the Year 6 disco was just such a good time. I don't even care. It was such a throwback. It was excellent.
It's okay. We're in a safe space here. We can all all our guilty pleasures are out there. Right. Before we sort of say goodbye to you guys and wish you a successful rest of your festival, is there anything else either of you wanted to add that you think is important for people to hear, or anything that we might not have covered? And I'll go like this to see who goes first. It doesn't have to be anything.
No, I would like to say thank you to Chaos for your continued support. That's really important to us. So yeah, thank you.
Absolute pleasure. Right. Oh, and
just say, if there is anybody that thinks they are suffering from domestic abuse, you can get out, you can leave, and life can get amazing afterwards, just in case.
Thank you so much, both of you, for your time. Let's go find some hash browns, shall we?
pretty good.
NEWSWAVE.
So, a lot of you that know the Chaos Radio and Chaos TV lore know that I am the biggest Swiftie. I'd argue Chaos Radio's biggest Swiftie. But I might have met the biggest Swiftie in Cornwall right now. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about why you're here at Boardmasters?
Yes, I'm Tasha and I'm from Swiftogeddon. And yeah, we're doing 2 sets here this weekend, one at Cribbers Hall right behind, and also at the Modros stage, which is like the second biggest stage that's going to be mental on Sunday night, closing off the festival. Yeah.
I love the idea of just thousands of Swifties just at the Modros stage, which I feel like is quite rocky.
Yeah.
A little bit more alternative, just all the Swifties there screaming love story at the top of their lungs.
Oh.
When you do stuff like this, what does it feel like? Do you get kind of like a bit of a twang inside you?
Oh, it's like euphoric. It's like the best thing ever. It was like the best day of my life last year. It was amazing. We did it, 2024. It was like, it's just amazing to see all these people just singing together in unison. Reckless abandon to Taylor Swift. It's like her legacy continues throughout. From when she started, Love Story was released, I don't know how many years ago.
2008?
Yeah,
maybe 2008,
and we're
2009.
still singing it. And it's just a very wholesome community. That's what I find about Swiftogeddon, because we do them obviously all around the UK, and they're club nights, and it's just wholesome. It's just like, every time I come out of there, I just feel like on top of the moon. It's my therapy. I feel like if I miss one, I get really depressed. Yeah. So it is. And a lot of people feel that way as well. Honestly, it's a very nice community, and to bring that to Boardmasters is just amazing. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people say Taylor Swift has quite a sad and not like danceable discography. Swiftogeddon is really proving that wrong in all the ways.
Well, okay, I think there's 2 things on that. I think she's got a lot of dancey songs. Yeah. But also, I think the loudest song last year was All Too Well, 10-minute version. It was the sad songs. You know?
It is.
The sad songs are the ones that people want to hear. You never hear sad songs in the club, because why would you?
No. I think if I heard The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived,
oh my God, that's
in a club,
Yeah.
I would absolutely. I'd scream, cry, vomit, everything.
Oh, I do every time. Have you been to Swiftogeddon?
I've never been to Swiftogeddon. I did the Eras tour about a year ago now. I did the Eras tour very luckily. But hearing that, 90,000 people in Wembley, comparing that to Swiftogeddon, I feel like it's a very similar experience.
It really is. It's the closest you're going to get, honestly. And I think the sad songs are the ones that pop off the most, to be honest. I mean, you can't go wrong with a little Shake It Off. You can't go wrong.
No,
but Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, when everyone gets involved in the march as well, and that bridge, it's the bridges. You know what it is? If anyone questions why people love Taylor Swift so much, just listen to the bridges, properly.
Absolutely.
And then you'll get it. You'll get it.
We've become fast friends in the 5 minutes that we've known each other.
Exactly.
Immediately when we met each other, we were both I was like, I've got a Taylor Swift tattoo the other day. You've got one as well.
I have.
I also love the friendship bracelet.
I've got about 250 at home that I've collected over the years.
Oh, amazing.
But I only bought one today. Yeah. It's silly. If you never bleed, you're never going to grow. Folklore. Yeah.
Is that your favourite Taylor Swift song, or do you have a favourite album, favourite era?
That is my favourite song, of course.
Yeah.
I think it has to be. I feel like it'd be silly not to. Or Fearless, the song comes close.
Absolutely.
I think if you come on Sunday night, you'll see when we play Fearless and everyone does the hand hearts like she does in the Eras tour. Yeah. We do all the things that she does in the Eras tour, all the chants, everything. Everyone just gets involved, especially those hand hearts. It just gives me a lovely, warm, fuzzy feeling.
Amazing. I'm going to let you go now and get started up for your set. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to be in that crowd later.
Yes, no, thank you so much. I'm so excited now.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
NEWSWAVE.
Right, against the backdrop of Kaiser Chiefs on the main stage here at Boardmasters 2025, we have got a lovely guest here from the Cornwall Rock Choir. Would you mind just introducing yourself to me, please?
Hi, I'm Leslie, and I'm from the Penzance Rock Choir in Cornwall.
Amazing, right. Cornwall Rock Choir are now synonymous with Boardmasters. We joined you here last year after your wonderful set. Tell us, for people that aren't aware, about Cornwall Rock Choir and what it is that you do.
Well, we get together in various places. There's Falmouth, Helston, Penzance. Yes, they've got one at Wadebridge now, and St Austell, Truro, and we're run by Marcus Allen, who is our choir master.
Yes, the wonderful Marcus, fantastic man. And it's a fantastic group and a fantastic cause as well. So you're here sampling a bit of Kaiser Chiefs, but I understand that you've just come off the stage as well.
We were at Cribbers Hall this morning and we did a set, but we also brought the audience in and got them to sing a song with us. And it was a song we didn't know either. Marcus got us all to learn it together, and it was fabulous.
That's the fun of Cornwall Rock Choir, isn't it? Because you're so sort of participatory, if that makes sense. People get involved, don't they? And I remember you had I was unlucky enough to miss you this morning, but I saw you last year and there was a huge audience. People love it and people really get involved, don't they?
This morning we had a big audience and they all joined in. It was really lovely, really nice.
Amazing. So tell me about how it works. If I was to sign up to Cornwall Rock Choir, do I need any kind of experience or skills?
No, you just have to have enthusiasm, and you can go to the first one, which is like a taster. And I joined last September and I went for a taster, and by the evening I joined.
Amazing, just like that.
I loved it so much, yes.
And what's the kind of responsibility? Do you have to go to multiple rehearsals a week? How does it work?
We go once a week, but you can go to all of the different ones. There's another one at Helston on a Monday. Marcus does Falmouth in the morning, Penzance in the afternoon, and Helston in the evening. So he's a busy man.
Wow, my goodness me. Right, so where can we enjoy Rock Choir for the rest of this weekend? If anybody is coming to Boardmasters for Saturday and Sunday, where can we find you?
Tomorrow they're going to be here in the main arena, and on Sunday I believe they're back at Cribbers Hall.
And so from Boardmasters, you've been to New York recently, haven't you, as well? You've been all around the world representing Cornwall. It looks like you have so much fun.
Oh yeah, they've just come back from New York, singing in Carnegie Hall and in Central Park. They had a fabulous time. I joined too late to do it, but I'm doing it the next time.
Yes, put your hand up, yeah. I might join as well. That sounds rather fun. For people who might be listening and are inspired to take the next step, maybe they want to come and join you, what would your advice be to them? Where can they look, for example?
Just go online and look for a taster session for Rock Choir Cornwall, and wherever you live there'll be one near you and you can sign up for a taster.
Amazing. And this weekend as well, what are you looking forward to here at Boardmasters, apart from performing for all these lovely people?
Ray this evening and Natasha Bedingfield. We've been learning Unwritten and we would love to sing with her.
Well, you never know what might happen. Marcus has got his fingers in many pies. He may be able to sort that out for you.
He's trying.
Well, fingers crossed. Thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your Boardmasters experience.
Thank you, it's been great.
NEWSWAVE.
So my name's Matthew Lurry. I'm the co-founder of United Cornwall FC. And today we are here bringing our community football to the Boardmasters community, showing them that football is accessible for everybody, and we are open for anyone to play. So that's any gender, any sexual preference, whatever it is. Everybody's welcome to be with us. So
everyone's on the same team. Brilliant. Is it a bit competitive? Is it more a bit light-hearted? How's it working this weekend?
So mostly light-hearted. Today we had a five-a-side tournament that Boardmasters asked us to deliver, but we shared within that our own ethoses. So we do a lot of within our community football. We have ethoses to try and create friendly football and accessible football. So yeah.
So let's take it back a step. Let's talk about United Cornwall. Where did it all begin? What's your story?
So there was a man called Jack Greaves, and he is our founder, and it all came from, he had an ACL injury in his knee, and when he came out of football, he felt really a bit like lost and without his companions. So what he did was he wanted to create a non-stressful football environment, and he created the club 3 years ago. And he just invited people to come along and be like, right, play football. And it sort of grew from there. We started with 10. We now have over 250 a week across like 5 sites across Cornwall. So yeah, loads going on.
That's amazing. That must be, you think of all of those sites as well, all of the people that you're making such a difference to as well in a range of different communities from a range of different backgrounds. That's quite an incredible effort.
Oh, it's incredible. And we couldn't do it without the volunteering team. So Jack founded it and grew it, and then we adopted many other like-minded people, and without them this wouldn't work. So like this weekend we've had 14 volunteers come and bring their enthusiasm to the Boardmasters crew. And what's really nice with the age group that we're working with here, this is the age group we want to influence the most and just show them that anyone can do it, really.
And football is such a tool, isn't it? For conversation, for fitness, for mental well-being. It ticks so many different boxes, doesn't it?
Oh, so many different boxes. And what's nice is we've had repeat people come. So we've been here since Wednesday, and so many people have fed back, because Muscle Beach is brilliant, but that's one type of thing. And we're just trying to create, like I say, that environment of positivity amongst others. And we're just sitting down, talking, hanging out, playing football. It's been great.
Amazing. So what sort of conversations you've been having with people? Because there's all sorts of different demographics, ages, all sorts of people on one side of the Manchester argument, on one side of the North London argument. I'm a Spurs fan, by the way. So there's football can get quite... people can start talking, having different conversations, and also getting quite competitive with each other.
Yeah, the greatest thing is football makes you all equal. So that understanding of football and the community that it brings. A lot of people I say, so like my wife is a Brentford season ticket holder. You can keep Thomas Frank. And on that, what's really, really lovely is though, it just brings everyone to the same level. And even if you don't like football, so I got involved because my background isn't football, I'm the positive side of it. And it's just really, really nice to have those conversations sitting down. And the thing we're finding here is people are asking us why we're doing this. Why are you bringing football to this festival? And we're like, well, because look around. We had a 5-a-side tournament today with at least 100 people watching, and you think the music started and those people chose to sit down, hang out, eat their breakfast, eat their lunch, whatever, and just watch and hang out. Yeah.
Amazing. And I notice here you're in your United Cornwall kits with a very important message on the front of it as well, Suicide Prevention UK.
Yeah, so when we talk about community, within our United Cornwall community, we had someone who was had suicide in their family, and as a community we supported them, and that person sponsored this kit and brought this to share amongst others, to share that message. And that's what we're sharing by wearing this kit, is saying, look, we are one, we are united, and we hold each other up when we're feeling down. So yeah, it's really, really good.
So important, so powerful. So for anybody that's not here this weekend, how can they connect with you? How can they find out about where your different events are throughout the week, different sessions? How can they reach out?
You can go through Facebook. We've got a good old Facebook page, United Cornwall FC, and we've got a website as well. So you can go on Google United Cornwall FC, and that'll give you all the information. Like I said, we're a funded project, so if there's any funders out there, we get a lot of lottery funding to set up and grow these. We do it as pay as you can. So where we can, it's football. We cut away the barrier of costs. So if you can't afford it, we let you come. So that's another thing we try to do, is break down the barrier of cost for football as well.
And is there anything else that you would like to get across that we haven't covered, or anything that you think is important for people to hear?
Probably our motto is football for everybody. So football for everyone is our motto, and we truly believe that. That's why I got involved. We just want everyone to feel welcome at our sessions and leave a happier person.
NEWSWAVE.
Right, so we have found the Leave Only Footprint Hub here at Boardmasters Festival 2025, and we've got two lovely representatives here. Can I just ask you to introduce yourselves first of all, please?
Hi, I'm Megan. I live down in Falmouth.
Oh, amazing, local.
I don't know what to say there.
Oh no, it's perfect. And yourself?
My name is Max. I also live in Falmouth. I studied at the uni there.
Amazing. Okay, so you haven't had to come too far today. Look, tell me about Leave Only Footprints. Give me the headlines. What are you sharing? What stories are you telling this weekend?
I mean, Leave Only Footprints is mostly focused on, at the moment, people taking their tents home, encouraging people to take their tents home. Over 250,000 tents in the UK are left after festivals. So it's a pretty big deal when people leave just one tent. It flies everywhere. A lot of people think that if you leave your tent behind, it's okay because it'll get donated to charity, but it's only a very small percentage of tents that do, because of the amount of tents that are left. We can't get around and save them all. The more you leave it, the more it gets broken in the wind, the less likely it is to be used again.
And it does get fairly windy up here. I remember Boardmasters festivals gone by where you've had to duck out of the way of some tents flying in your direction. So let's talk about what happens to the tents that are recovered. Where do they go?
So some of the tents get reused as like material. I think there's like some homeless charities that will pick them up, and some of them can get shipped off to other countries as well. But it is a super small percentage of them, to be honest. I think a lot of it goes into landfill, which is a shame. It all gets wrecked.
That's such a shame, isn't it? This is why we're saying Leave Only Footprints.
Yeah.
So what's the advice you're giving to festival goers this weekend?
I mean, take what you can bring. Don't bring so much that you're not going to be able to bring it back. Look after your tent, try and keep it in a good state so that you can take it home. And if you literally cannot take it home or it's not worth it, leave it in a waste point so that it doesn't fly away. And if you need any hand with that, we're all on site. The other main thing that we focus on is the litter bond. So when you buy your ticket, you pay 20 quid extra, and it involves filling up a bin bag, bringing it over to the litter bond, and you get £20 refunded just from cleaning up your own waste, and you have to get that with your ticket. So
Okay. Oh, wonderful. We've noticed as well, just walking around the site this morning, so many recycling areas, and it's a really conscious festival about the impact that they're making. We have here such a beautiful, beautiful location. And I noticed here on your sign as well, people might be interested in signing your pledge as well. What does this represent? What does it mean? How can people get involved?
Well,
the pledge is just a promise, really. We're hoping people to promise to take their tents home and to not litter. And it's just like the idea of the pledge is that you're thinking about it before the festival's over. Like for the 3 days you're walking around, you see it everywhere, and you're kind of thinking, I've said that I won't do it. So hopefully you take it home.
Yeah, you've signed the form now. You're accountable.
Yeah,
We'll be coming to find you. Okay, wonderful. So where can people find you? We've obviously done really well finding you today, and your disco ball in there as well, which I've just noticed. But if people are coming to the site maybe tomorrow or Sunday, whatever it might be, whereabouts are you?
Well, we've got sort of 4 main hubs. So we're based here in the arena next to Vodafone, pretty immediately as you walk in opposite Costa. And then we're also based at the top left corner of Lakey's campsite, in the campsites. And we also have beach cleans going on Fistral Beach and Watergate.
Okay, so guys, you're making an incredible difference. Have you had a number of people coming up to you already interested in what you have to say and what's going on?
Yeah, we've had quite a few questions about the litter bond. People are always surprised that they can actually get that 20 quid back. I think they don't realise that that's actually coming back to them. All they have to do is fill up a bag of rubbish and it's all theirs. But yeah, people are interested, and we're definitely looking for volunteers next year as well. We've got quite a few places to fill, so if you are passionate about the environment, we've got room for you here.
Yeah, definitely.
There you go, wonderful. And last question, where can people find out more information? Maybe they're hearing this and they're not coming to the festival this weekend. How can they support you? Where can they find out more details?
Should be all on the Boardmasters website. We're volunteering through Boardmasters, so this is like a Boardmasters thing, and so it's all promoted by Boardmasters.
Brilliant. Okay, wonderful. And I've got to talk about your festival vibes as well. I'm absolutely loving the hair. What's the inspiration behind it?
Well, I had eyeballs in my hair before, and then she did it for me. She just used her thumb and just printed flowers, and we were just trying to think of something to do. So we went for that. It was cool. It was fun.
Amazing. And what are you both looking forward to this weekend? Have you got a chance to maybe go and enjoy some of the music or the sport as well?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we're going to head down and see some surfing later in the week. Hopefully do some surfing ourselves as well down on Watergate. But yeah, this afternoon we're excited for Ray, of course, Kaiser Chiefs. Yeah, just to get in there.
And yourself as well?
Bob Villain on Sunday. I'm really excited.
Yeah, big talking point. We'll see how all that goes in the weekend. Right, from Boardmasters 2025, come and check out the Leave Only Footprints Hub. This is Tom Howe for Chaos Radio.
NEWSWAVE.
So we are here at Boardmasters. It is Sunday and it is blooming beautiful here. We've got the backdrop of Watergate Bay behind us. Unfortunately, you can't see it because of all of the wonderful fences that are here, keeping people safe and away from the cliffs. But we've been joined by an excellent DJ from here in Cornwall, representing Cornwall here at Boardmasters this week. Would you mind introducing yourself to all our lovely listeners and viewers?
Sure, yeah, I'm Rye Golds. I'm a DJ from Portreath. This year I played as a pub disco in the Cake and Pasty stage. I play all sorts of weird stuff, really.
Amazing. We'll tap into all of that in a second, but this isn't your first rodeo, is it? You've been to many Boardmasters.
No, I've been coming to this festival since I was about 16, so 15 years in total. Put my age on there. I played lots of different stages over the years, and it's just a great festival to be at, especially when the weather's like this.
So it's brilliant for us to be able to see so many brilliant artists throughout the years, all these incredible headliners. We're looking forward to the Prodigy tonight, of course, but mixing that with some excellent sort of Cornish talent and comedians. We've had some comedians here today. There's different workshops going on. It's lovely to see actually local people getting on the same stages as some internationally acclaimed artists and people as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I've played, like I said, various stages across the years, and we've got some wicked local comedians here, like Red Ruth, the host, the landlord of the Cake and Pub Disco. She's fantastic. She does a great job hosting every year, and it's great to have these big names come to Cornwall.
Absolutely. And do you get to mix with some of them? Do you get a place in Artist Village, for example?
Yeah, some years we do. Some years we just sort of, camp with the rest of everyone. But it's just great to be amongst it.
It's the glamour, isn't it? It's the glamour of Boardmasters, because you're only sort of 30 seconds away from the camping, which I don't miss, if I'm honest, and you're also 30 seconds away from sort of the glitz and the glamour of the glamping pods, and that's what a festival is all about, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. Walking past the big tour buses to get back to your little van is exciting, you know? You get to see who's about.
Let's not put you down. Let's big you up, because you are a repeat act here at Boardmasters. You've done quite a few here as well. And I guess because you do have such a varied set, you must be a bit of a crowd pleaser.
Yeah, like I said, I've done many different stages. I started off on the VIP stage, playing some sort of laid-back vibes in the sunshine. Some years I've done the old stage, the DB90, warming up for Crewcast and things like that, the big drum and bass and bassline brands. Last couple of years I've been in the Keg and Pasty pub, doing the Keg Pub Disco, which is all those cheesy hits you want to sing your heart out to, but just mashed up in a weird sort of way, putting things like Madness with like in a pop, that sort of thing, Pulp with Standing in the Way Control, that hit from the Gossip. We just get a little bit silly with it and have a good time.
What I want to take it back. What I suppose DJs kind of have their gimmicky thing, don't they? They're like, kind of the sound that you're getting. Was it like a thing you did on purpose to try and mix that up a little bit and keep it sort of varied?
Yeah, kind of. I had the brief of doing a cheesy pub disco, and I'm not the sort of DJ that kind of just fades in between songs and talks in the mic and, introduces Dexy's Midnight Runners, at the end of the night. But I thought, how can I sort of take this brief of a cheesy pub disco and kind of make it more appealing to, like wider ages, like the youth of the festival, because it's quite a young festival. And I just thought, if I can mix some of the old tunes with the new tunes, then, we can kind of keep everyone happy, or at least try to.
Amazing, because people are here with their mums and dads and uncles and stuff as well, like the young people. So you've got to kind of keep it bouncy, haven't you? Because there's a huge variety of audiences here.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, on Wednesday night when I opened the Keg and Pasty over there, I mixed Benson Boone with a drum and bass track, which, some might say it doesn't really work, but we give it a go, and the crowd seems to love it. So yeah, it went down well.
Amazing. What are crowds like at Boardmasters? What's this year like specifically? How have the ones been before compared to other festivals you might perform at?
In a word, lively. We opened the stage this year at 5 p.m. and straight off the bat, people were like having it large, fully going for it. And then I played the second set about 10 o'clock, and the energy was still there. Walking around over the weekends, and everyone's got the energy, everyone brings the vibes. It's just such a great atmosphere to be in.
Amazing. What were some of your festival highlights from years gone by, and what have you enjoyed this year?
Years gone by, Fatboy Slim, this was a couple of years ago now, but the lasers he brought out, the vibe he brought with him then was amazing. That same year, I think Sub Focus was on the main stage, which is monumental. He's one of the biggest drum and bass artists now. He's playing every festival there is pretty much. And this year, Ray was absolutely phenomenal. Like, I don't think you can get a better vocalist than that. Becky Hill has been fantastic over the years. She's played on the smaller stage and obviously just blown up recently, so she's been on the main stages. And then obviously Sam Fender, he started off I think on the View stage many moons ago. Last year he was a headliner. Just across the board, there's been so many great acts across this festival.
And you're here with your wife as well, your lovely wife Holly. She joins you as well, doesn't she, on the stage?
Yeah, some years. She's a singer and vocalist. So last year when I sort of performed just as Riot Girls, we had Holly come out as well and do an hour set, just singing lots of mixture of house tunes and drum and bass tracks and everything again in the Keg and Pasty. It's a fantastic vibe.
And next year you'll be back with Riot Girls Junior.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a son on the way in October, so hopefully next year he'll be here. Roaming around the festival, probably strapped, in a sling on my chest. I haven't, seen what's around, but hopefully he'll be invited back next year for the pub disco, and get him on the stage, I think.
Amazing. We're manifesting because you talked about a few different stages, and actually I'm picturing it in my head. And if you keep going that way long enough, you'll be on the main stage soon.
I think there's a few more stages, but over the couple of years you might get there. Yeah.
You never know, do you? And you're quite recognisable sort of in the local area as well, aren't you? You've got some residencies. We see you in a couple of different regular places, don't we?
Yeah, so I'm a resident DJ in Safiri's Bar and Truro most weekends, and then also Mustache Jacks on Monday nights. It's a little restaurant in St Austell. We play some chill vibes there, some good food. It's a great place to sort of hang out on Mondays.
Amazing. For anybody that's not been to Boardmasters before, what's your recommendation? What's your advice if they're looking to get 2026 tickets?
Look at the smaller stages. There's lots of big names here, like we've discussed, but there's also so much local talent around. Keg Capacity in particular. The Unleashed Sense and the View stages as well have local artists on early on, so it's good to check them out. Don't just come for the headliners.
Ryan, where can we find out more information about where we can find you? I suppose are you going to be having some downtime soon, some paternity leave? How does it work for you?
Yeah, I've decided to take October off. That's when my son's due. So I'm not going to have the months to sort of chill out, just focus on family life.
Chill out? You're having a baby, man.
Well, late nights will be different from clubs to night feeds and things like that, I think. So that's what I'll be doing this autumn.
Amazing. Where can people then, if they've been inspired to follow you, to hear a bit more about you, to maybe come and see you, where can they find out more information?
I keep up everything updated on my socials at Rygolds, or at DJ Rygolds, and if you search Rygolds online, you'll find me.
Amazing. We absolutely love promoting local artists here. Ryan, you're from just down the coast. I'm not sure which direction. I'm just doing a bit of a dance now. So support local when you come to Boardmasters and check out Rygolds on socials. Thank you so much for your time. This has been Tom Howe for Chaos Radio.
NEWSWAVE.
I'm joined by a very special guest here, Ben Treloar, former Cornwall Comedian of the Year, no less. Ben, how's your Boardmasters been so far?
Boardmasters has been great so far. Yeah, it's been fantastic. Obviously, it's a Sunday, so it's kind of winding down now, but I've had a great time so far. I mean, I've been very lucky in the 2 shows I've done have been the earlier ones, so I've been able to fully enjoy the evenings and the nights. But it's been great so far, and fantastic weather as well. There was a bit of an ominous rain cloud yesterday, but that thankfully disappeared very quickly.
Yeah, we've been rain dancing backwards to try to give the gods what they're looking for, to give us a sunny weekend. So, is this your first Boardmasters festival?
As a performer, I did last year, so that was very nice, and thankfully that went okay enough that I got asked back, which is always nice. I didn't take enough booze that they thought I was a security concern of some kind, so that's always reassuring. But I like doing it because obviously I grew up in Cornwall, so I went to Boardmasters a couple times as a teenager, when I was like 16, 17. So it kind of, when I got asked back to do it, obviously last year and this year and stuff, it kind of feels very nice. It feels like almost a way of like, oh, things are kind of paying off in a way, because you get to do this thing and you get lots of free stuff, which is my favourite part.
Yes, free stuff. We love free stuff. Talk to me about the festival scene for a comedian, because the people we're talking to are saying, oh, we're going to Boardmasters because we want to see Prodigy, or we're going to Boardmasters because we want to see Franz Ferdinand, whoever it might be. No offence, but I haven't heard anybody say we're going to Boardmasters for the comedy. How does it all work? How does it feel to be sort of mixing it with some of these sort of artists and all these different workshops that are here? What's it like for a comedian?
To be perfectly honest, I'm not here for comedy either, really. I'm here for all the other stuff. So I fully understand and empathise. I think last year I was on clashing with Stormzy, I think, and so a wave of people left when he started. And I was like, that's fair enough. I can't really compete with that. Like, no matter how good the jokes are, there's no competing with that. So I understand, which again is one of the things that's nice about the earlier shows, because there's generally less stuff on to compete with. But yeah, it is one of those things of, being perfectly honest, festivals aren't always the best environment for comedy. There's a lot of other noises, there's stuff going on, there's people moving around, there's generally aren't as many seats and things that you may want in a comedy venue. So you're being completely honest, it's less than ideal. But it's one of those situations of you kind of just make of it what you will, and everyone kind of goes into it with the mindset of this will be a bit odd. Like for example, at yesterday's show, there was a group of 3 barely 18-year-old boys all in matching sequin jackets that came right to the barrier and wanted the most attention of anyone I've ever met in my life, which doesn't normally happen at your regular comedy clubs and stuff. But hey, it's a part of the thing. So
just moving back to Stormzy, do you get any place in Artist Village? Because I know Stormzy is a fan of like spoken word and things, and I know we have a lot of featuring songs now. Stormzy might be featuring, for example, on an Ed Sheeran song or whatever it might be. Ben Trelaw featuring on a Stormzy song, or maybe in a few years as the reputation grows, maybe Stormzy will feature on some of your tracks.
Of course, yeah, that sounds like a very likely thing to happen next year.
Manifest it, Ben.
Yeah, I'm going to be schmoozing in the artist village, because I do stay there, but it's kind of, there's almost two tiers of the artist camping, where there's the ones they really care about, and there's the ones where they're like, you're here as well. And I'm currently in the you're here as well kind of section, which is fine with me, beggars can't be choosers and all that stuff. But I do see over it's not really a gated community, it's more a very small tarpaulin that separates us. But hey, maybe I'll climb that one year.
Absolutely, we're on the right path. Talk to me, how did it feel to be the funniest man in Cornwall?
Yes, so I won Cornish Comedian in 2023, so a little while ago now. It was nice. It was a lovely surprise because there's semi-finals and a final and things like that. And obviously Cornwall's not the biggest place in the world, so I knew a lot of other people that I was competing against and other people going for it who were very, very funny. And so it was a really lovely evening, to be honest, because it was nice. It felt like I was kind of hard work had paid off, and then also I kind of got to celebrate with friends, and I was around people that I knew, and it was it was lovely. Unfortunately, that was 2 years ago, so I'm no longer the funniest person in Cornwall by any stretch. But
is it like athletics? Because I always thought, sporty as a youngster, and then I realised that people were starting to run past me and all that kind of stuff, and I couldn't quite keep up with it. Is it quite a competitive field? Do you have to kind of, I don't know, are you over at Muscle Gym sort of perfecting jokes and things like this? How does it work?
Thankfully, what I like about comedy is it's also different. Like, for example, Mimi, who I'm on the hour with in not very long now, she obviously does musical things and has a lot more kind of tech things, whereas I'm just very like straight jokes into the mic, use a mic stand. I don't move around at all. Very, very different people. And so it's nice because it feels not like we're obviously in a competition. You are kind of competing in a sense, but in normal nights it feels like, we're all doing our thing and hopefully we'll have a good night. And it's nice seeing other people that are very different, because it kind of, I don't know, it's very artistically satisfying to see other people. For a very pretentious answer, I guess.
No, brilliant. And tell me about your set, because we're going to come and have a little look at you in a second. But for people that don't know Ben Trelaw, what inspires your jokes? This is dangerous ground potentially, but where will a Ben Trelaw show take me?
So at the moment, most of the stuff I'm talking about is kind of very identity based. Like, one of the things that I've recently found out is I basically had an autism diagnosis quite recently, relatively recently, as an adult. And that's something that I think it's the same for most comedians. When you have big things happen in life, it's quite, your natural response is to make jokes about it. So that's currently something that is quite prevalent in my sets that I'm doing around places. But again, there'll be something else in a year or so that probably changes my life in another way, and then I start talking about that. So yeah, it's a mixture of stuff. It's a mixture of kind of my experiences and kind of growing up, and then I kind of see things through a bit of a weird lens, and then hopefully people find that funny, and that's roughly all right stuff.
Amazing. What's the reception been like for you've done one set already, haven't you? You're about to go on stage in a second. What's the reception been like?
So it's quite difficult to judge at festivals, because the Keg and Pasty, where the comedy takes place, is quite a big space, and frustratingly from a comedy perspective, all the seats are at the back, so it's somewhat difficult to hear most of the people that are there. I think a lot of comedians will judge gigs via, in a normal comedy club you'll judge it via laughs, whereas in a gig like that you'll judge it via their faces and their responses. And so yesterday everything seemed to go very well, no one left, everyone seemed to be laughing. I couldn't hear any of it, but they all looked very happy. So that's good enough for me.
It's good news. That's good news. Right, where can people find you for the rest of 2025? We talked about the awards in 2023. One thing I liked, the amusing thing, was I've done nothing in 2024. It says on your socials. 2025, what about the rest of this year? Where can people catch up with you?
Yes, I have achieved nothing in 2024, but 2025 is going okay, so that's nice. I post kind of regularly on Instagram and kind of other social medias like that. So I am on Instagram at the frustratingly long username of Ben Trelaw Funny Lol Comedy Ha 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 Ha, which I set up because I thought that was amusing only to myself, and it has been a massive detriment to my career because no one can type it in. But if you just type in Ben Trelaw, I'm usually the first thing that comes up, and yeah, hopefully you can see me around from there.
Ben, we really appreciate you joining us here at Boardmasters 2025. Check out Ben Trelaw and that unbelievably long handle on social media and catch him if you can.
NEWSWAVE.
Hi, my name's Abigail.
Lovely. Could you talk to us a little bit about what you've been doing here this weekend?
So we're here basically just to support Cornwall Pride. It's just make sure that we have some presence around. We've got our major Newquay Pride coming up at the end of the month, so it's just to make sure that everyone gets to have a bit of a safe space to come to, especially at such a big festival with so many people out of county, just to have somewhere safe to go to, have a chat. And we've also got our little penguin soup area, so ear defenders, fidgets, just something that just gives people somewhere to go.
Amazing. It's great to see more of these spaces being integrated into festivals like Boardmasters over the years. I remember I've been for years and years, I've been coming for like 10 years, and I don't remember anything like this when I first started coming as like a 16-year-old.
No, these spaces didn't really exist before. It was nice to have them now, just especially as like with Boardmasters, you have such a range of generations. So it's nice to have the coming generations getting to have these experiences and have it almost not taken for granted, but just as a second, like, you know, you expect to have these safe spaces now where, like you said, years ago they just didn't exist.
Absolutely, especially in Cornwall as well. I think we can say that it can be a little bit behind the times sometimes, so it's really good to see the representation here, and it's also probably great for a 16-year-old, a 15-year-old, or even children that are walking around to see this kind of representation.
Definitely. I think Cornwall Pride does something amazing where it's not just for the queer communities, it's for all kind of people, so it's about so much more than just the people that Pride would traditionally be for. It's about anyone that wants to come along and have that space. And I think that's so important, especially like you said, with the stereotypes behind Cornwall being a little bit behind the times. So it's nice just to have a bit more.
Absolutely. So Cornwall Pride especially, been having an amazing summer so far. I think, is it 11 Pride events you've got this year? It's something ridiculous.
Honestly, I'm struggling to keep top of them. I know, I just kind of sit there with, like, what's the next one? I know we've got the next ones, and it's so great to have, and we've got a lot more diverse types of events this year. So unless, usually you would have just big parades and things like that, where we've got a couple more like low-key things for people that don't necessarily want to get involved in a high-energy event, which I think is really nice to give a lot of diversity to the events and give a lot more people the opportunity to come along.
Of course. So if anyone's not here at Boardmasters this weekend, but they still want to come down, spread some cheer. Wait, did you say Newquay Pride was soon?
Yeah, so Newquay Pride's on the 30th of August. So it's actually the end of this month, which should be really cool. It should be nice to have some like fun energy, and there's hopefully some big things going on. Fingers crossed we'll get to see a few people come down.
Amazing. I love the Pride parades. I've been on the massive Pride flag before. I absolutely loved it. I had so much fun. It was Pride bus tour like 3 years ago. I spent an entire day with you guys and I had so much fun.
Honestly, it's so much fun. It's so much awesome energy getting to see different people come together, and especially since you get so many different people, it's families, events, it's so many more. Like, there's so much better kind of diversity within that. You see different generations, different people, all getting to spend like a real community event. And there's something about seeing a whole town come out just to kind of celebrate together.
It's that it goes back to that representation thing again. I remember harking back a couple of years ago to the bus tour. There was a couple of people that I kept seeing at these different events, and they were following us on the bus. And I was thinking, it doesn't matter if there's like, if one person comes over to you or 100 people come over to you, it still makes a difference in that one person's day.
There's an amazing thing with Pride is because sometimes you'll see one person and you'll just watch them kind of suddenly change their mind, and you can see the light change in their eyes, and it's so beautiful, especially with the big Pride events, because there's so many people turn up, and just seeing those one or two people just make a difference is so worth it every single time.
Absolutely. I want to ask a little bit about your Boardmasters experience so far as well. We're on day 2. How long have you been here?
So I've done today and I did yesterday as well. I think that they've organised it absolutely fabulously this year. I mean, we're right by a load of amazing music and all of this sort of stuff, surrounded by the food. But I think overall, the layout is so much more like streamlined, and there's so much more like environmental focus this year. So it's really great to see that they're really putting into the festival a lot more.
Absolutely. Have you had a chance to go out and see any of the acts? Do you have a standout yet?
So I personally saw Beth McCarthy yesterday. Our bisexual icon that she is, which was absolutely awesome to get to go down there. I know a few of the other guys have been down to a few other acts, but yeah, there's been some great ones.
Anyone you're looking forward to today or tomorrow?
Oh, there's so many. I just absolutely love being in the space and getting to see all the different people and seeing how everyone interacts with it all. So, I don't know.
I know, there's too many to count. Someone asked me who I'm looking forward to, and I'm like, was it Rizzle Kicks or was it Ray or was it The Prodigy? Like, there's too many, but I think that's what makes Boardmasters such a good event, because there's so many different types of music, types of people as well.
Yeah, definitely. It makes such a difference, especially when there are events like people that are advertising as quite queer friendly, and it's amazing to have that space, especially for young people as well, to come in to see music in a safe space that maybe they wouldn't have got to go to those concerts on their own. So it's nice to get to say that it's all provided for them.
Absolutely. Just before I let you go, could you remind us where you can keep up with Cornwall Pride, online, websites, all that stuff?
So we have our website, we have Facebook and Instagram. I suggest obviously following us on all of those. It's worth doing. There is also a Cornwall Pride TikTok for those of you that have a bit of a TikTok obsession. And then if you're looking for more of a mental health focus, we have our mental health project, which is Penguin Soup. Yes, I said penguins. It's Penguin Soup. And that's our mental health project as well. So there's plenty of stuff going on.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining me today.
No worries. It's been great having a little chat, and it's hopefully you get to enjoy the rest of the festival as well.
Absolutely. And I'm sure we'll see you at St Austell Pride as well in September.
100%. I'm trying to go as many as possible.
NEWSWAVE.
Okay, that's all we've got time for on this week's special edition of NEWSWAVE. A big Chaos Radio thank you to everyone that joined us at Boardmasters 2025. We hope it's got you in the spirits for this year's Boardmasters, which runs from the 5th to the 9th of August. And as ever, a final thank you to you for listening and helping support local journalism to thrive. To catch up on all our coverage, as well as to check out our extensive back catalogue of interviews and shows, head on over to chaos.radio. And remember, if you have a local news story that you would like to share with us, email news@chaos.radio or search Chaos Radio UK across socials. NEWSWAVE has been produced and presented by me, Madison, and is a Chaos Radio production for the Cornwall Community Media Network.
NEWSWAVE.
Chaos.radio. Music, podcasts, entertainment.